Hey everyone, I'm Austin from Prixmixed, and today I'm going to be turning this wheel stand, which I've had and it's been very good to me for a long time, into a sim racing cockpit. Normally you can just buy an extension that comes out of here and you can mount your seat to it, and it's just like a little bracket. But unfortunately the company that sells this doesn't sell that bracket anymore. I live in Canada and they used to sell to Canada, but now they don't. So I can't buy my own, but I do have all the skills to build my own. So I thought, why not give it a shot and see what I can come up with. The reason I'm doing all this is because I'm actually getting, you see I got a Moza shifter and a handbrake. I also have a Moza R12 wheel and CRP2 pedals coming, which I'm really excited for. They should be really good. Yeah, I'm super excited to see them, but obviously I definitely need to beef up my setup a little bit. And I know I could definitely just go out and buy myself a whole cockpit, but I think this is the way to go for me, just because I already have this, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to try and build this and see what I can come up with. All right, so first things first, before I build that bottom little box section that is going to be the main that comes straight off the stand, we have to build ourselves a seat bracket. So I'm keeping the factory sliders here so that I can move the seat forward and back. But this is a Subaru STI seat that would have came in something like the GC8 or some chassis like that. It has two mounting points on the front here that are both angled. That's going to be pretty easy. We'll just do a bar across here, a flat one right here, which is also going to be pretty easy. And then the harder one is going to be the side one, which goes in this way. So we're going to have to put probably something coming down, and we're just going to do a box with little tabs for all of the mounting points here so we can mount our seat. Once we have that done, we can do the bottom box section that connects to the stand. Let's start by building this bracket. As you can see, I accidentally welded into the nut. So I'm gonna try and tap those and see if that fixes that. But this one's all good. So yeah, if not, then I guess I'll have to grind that off and weld a new one on. Okay, so the plan now is to run two beams, like one here and one down here that attaches to this part. But for this side, with the beam coming down here, we are going to use this off that side bracket and attach that up somewhere there. And then we'll have one coming across to connect the two. I drilled another side hole there so that when this goes in, you can see the nut from the side. So it's a little hole in the side so I can weld that nut in there. It worked out perfect, and I welded up the little hole. I'm probably going to grind that flat after. As you can see, this is that piece we were talking about. Just bent it around the side to weld to the rest of our bracket here, and as you can see, we have it all mocked up and tacked together. So let's weld it all up. Now that we're done the chair bracket or mount, it's time to make the little bracket that comes off the back of the sim stand here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just putting myself in a neutral position so then I can use the sliders to adjust if my friends want to play or anything like that. So from here to here, it's going to be 3 feet, and then after that we're going to measure across to connect the two sides together, and then after that we will do our post to adjust the height of the chair so we can go up and down. But first things first, we got to cut it. I did a bit of an oopsie. This no longer fits in there after I tacked it all up and had it in here before, but I slid it out and welded it up, and I guess it shrunk. So I'm gonna cut this middle support, and always remember you should have everything mocked up and not do that, but mistakes happen and we can fix it. Up now, you can, that's better. So I cut 4 pieces for my height adjustment here, and this is 1-inch square tubing and this is 1 1/4. And as you can see, they slide in and out of each other. So my plan for this is these are both 6-inch pieces, and my plan is to have one attached to the bottom frame that attaches to the wheel stand, and one that attaches to the seat bracket. And I'm going to have holes drilled in here. Yeah, about 1 inch apart. So 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and 5 inches. And that will give me a total max height of 11 inches because I can't use the 6, obviously. And then a lowest minimum height away from here of 6 inches. I'm going to drill all my holes and get them all set up to be mated to each other so you can just slide bolts through and bolt them at those different heights. Okay, so now we have all 4 of our small ones and all 4 of our big ones cut, and I have them paired, and check them all to make sure that the bolt goes through all the holes. But now, after drilling, you can feel there's a little bit of ridges sticking up, and on the insides of these ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to take them and use a grinder and just grind off those ridges, because that's going to make it a bit harder to put in and out. Like, you can feel it catching. And the inside of these, we're going to take a file and file those ridges down so that they're nice and flush, and then it'll be nice and smooth when going up and down. And then just feel with your finger till they're nice and smooth. Now, if we take them, they slide nice and easy. There's no catching, no nothing, which is exactly what we want. All right, so now that we have all these built, I have them marked where I want them to be. I already mocked it up and everything with the seat bracket. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tack the bottom of these in place. Then we're gonna put the seat bracket on top. I have some angle iron that I'm gonna put on top of here to weld these to the seat bracket. And once we tack everything in place, we're gonna put the seat on there, make sure everything looks good, and then weld it all up if it looks good. But first things first, we have to tack these. Here is the completed frame. Got all the welds done all around, and you can kind of see it's the frame itself isn't straight, but the seat when it's on there is straight. So that's good. So let's go ahead and pop the seat on. I just welded this extra box bracing here just to support. Once I put the chair on here, and I noticed it was a little bit wobbly when I was pushing the pedals, or it felt like there might have been some flexing. So I welded that. It might also be from these, but we'll see. We'll put the chair back on and see if it made a difference. If it didn't, yeah, we can go from here to here if that's the problem, or also we can go from here down to here if we need more like vertical support. So So the pedals I'm gonna have are gonna be a lot more than this, but this is just a test, and it feels pretty sturdy. You can see the arms of the rig are moving. Oh, they're also kind of loose, but I was gonna say I'm still gonna have to support these arms, but that brace definitely helped tighten this up. Like, the only movement now I feel is a little bit in the chair, but that's normal. Unless you have like a full-on racing seat that's super stiff, you're always gonna have a little bit of flex. But this is way better than it was before. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. That was a good idea to do that box brace there and weld that all up just to give it some extra support. Yeah, and now we're gonna be working on the side braces here, and I might even do a piece across the front here just to connect the two sides and hopefully stiffen it up a little bit. All right, so for supports, I decided actually just to drill holes through here, which wasn't too bad, and through this pipe, and then cut it angled, and then drill holes through here, which had to go through this, as well as, since this slides down, it slides down to, I think, just behind there. So I had to drill through 2 layers of that, and I did that on both sides, and like, it's, as far as it goes, it's pretty sturdy now. Like, that's not going anywhere. So I don't know if I'll actually need the support up here. I'll see when I get the wheelbase, but now I'm going to actually work to try and put my e-brake on a bracket off there, and I think I'm going to build off that side there to put a shifter right alongside my chair, just a little bit maybe ahead of it. So now that we have 4 17.5-inch pieces cut, and we have started our little U-shape, this is going to be for the shifter. So we're going to turn this into a little box, and then these are just going to go off of there and up in a big rectangle to go to the top of the shifter mount. Yeah, so now we just kind of have to mock everything up and see what it looks like. So now you can see the visions kind of coming together. You can see what I was talking about that like rectangle box looking thing. And yeah, it should have a lot of support with all those arms. Yeah, I like the position where it's at right now because it's nice and close to the e-brake, but it also gives you enough room that when you shift into like reverse here, you're not going to hit the e-brake. And I haven't drilled the holes yet to mount the shifter onto here, but that's fairly straightforward. So I can play around, move this just a little bit however I want it. But yeah, I just have everything tacked in place right now. So I think next step is going to be weld this all together, except for this piece here, which I am gonna drill my mark and drill my holes. And it's easier to drill this when it is just a piece like this than when it's welded onto there. So I'm gonna do that. I'll get my holes drilled first, weld it onto this other section here, and then I will drill my holes, mark and drill my holes for this bottom support there. So there we go. This is basically done, all of the building portion of it. So as you can see, we have the shifter tower here now. We put this little, it's not bolted through yet. I just kind of mocked it up there just to show you. But you got a support here that will bolt from the e-brake pad to the big shifter box here, or shifter tower. And that's going to give the e-brake some more support, because I noticed when I was pulling on it, this was kind of flexing a little bit just because it's a bit weaker and there's nothing really supporting it on that side. But when this is bolted together, it is super stiff and it feels nice and good. And where I have the e-brake, I don't have the bolts in right now, so it's just loose. But as you can see, there's plenty of space between the shifter and the handbrake there, so no worries about that. And I already mocked it up with the seat, that it has enough room between the two. This shifter tower bolts to the bottom there, so I can take that off and put it somewhere else if I want to store this. And yeah, the only thing left to do really is to buff this up, clean up the metal a little bit, and then give it, well, paint it, and that'll be it for the building and everything part. After that, it's just going to be routing cables to my wheelbase. Yeah, other than that, it is basically done. So let's take this all apart, clean up all this metal, and then we will get it painted. Flat black, trim clad rust paint. Nothing special, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just to protect it, and when it's going to be inside this whole time, so, and just to give it a little bit of nicer look than keeping it like normal metal. All right. We're not going to go crazy with the first coat. We're just going to lightly cover it. We don't really want to, go crazy and get a ton of runs or anything. So it's okay if we miss spots. So here is the sim cockpit in its final resting place now. It is all ready to go. You can see with the support I put, the handbrake's nice and stiff. Shifter barely moves with this nice tower, and everything's painted nice and black. I didn't actually end up painting the stand itself, as it was already painted and I didn't have to do anything that would require me to take the paint off. So I just ended up leaving that. I do have my Moza stuff, except for the wheel. This is actually a friend's wheel. I was fortunate enough to have my friend loan me one while mine is on back order right now. So yeah, waiting for that. But I got the R12 wheelbase here, got the CRP2 pedals down here, and yeah, my handbrake and shifter. And honestly, it's been really good. I've tried this rig out a little bit with this setup, and it feels nice and sturdy. But yeah, it's great with the slider. I really like it, and yeah, I still have the adjustability that I can go up and down. And yeah, I did have a couple hiccups along the way, like when I welded that middle section for support here, and those to slide into the stand were no longer straight, so I had to cut it again, and I ended up re-welding it. But that wasn't a big deal. And then also with the seat frame that I built being a little bit crooked, but the seat's still straight on it, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, mistakes happen, but with metalwork, you can always grind those welds away or usually fix stuff for the most part, so it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I honestly, if I didn't have this stand and metal wasn't so cheap, I definitely would have just bought a cockpit, because for the amount of time I spent to build this thing, I spent quite a few days mocking stuff up, doing different things, and then yeah, just trying to work out different small issues. And even I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with this, so I spent a couple days or so pondering what I want to do with the shifter tower and stuff, and I ended up on this idea. But yeah, it took quite a bit of time. I'm definitely happy with the end result. But yeah, if I didn't have this stand, I definitely, if you're debating whether you want to build your own rig or buy one, I would definitely say buying one is definitely less hassle. Building one can be fun and can be slightly cheaper, but you're going to be spending a decent amount of time to set it up, especially if you want it to be adjustable, because that was my whole thing. If I wanted to just weld everything in place and not worry about it, being able to adjust it, it would have been very easy. But since I wanted adjustability to like take these off and be able to fold it down and have the seat slide forward and back and have the seat be able to come up and down, it just took a lot of extra steps that took a little more planning and tweaking to get to work right. So yeah, it definitely was a bit harder that way, but I'm very happy with the end product, like I said, and I will play a little run through of some racing on the new cockpit here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 40, 5 right, opens, and slight left, 100, right of a small jump, 40, crest, 60, 6 right of a jump, opens, into crest, 100, 6 left, tightens 3, 80, crest, 30, 6 right, tightens 4, 30, slight right, 40, 4 left of a crest, 50, left of a crest, 180, 4 right short, and 3 left of a crest, half long, tightens, 70, 8, 4 right, 90, 3 left short, 40, 6 left of a crest, 30, 5 right of a crest, 60, slight left and 6 right short, 60, crest, and crest, 30, 3 left short of a crest, 40, 5 right, slowing, 100, turn, square right, and bump, 30, 6 left, opens of a crest, into dip, into 4 left of a jump, opens, and 5 left, into 5 right of a jump, don't cut, 40, 6 left, 50, crest, 30, 4 left of a crest, and 5 right, and 5 left of a crest, keep in, into 6 right, into slight left, into 5 right, short of a crest, 40, bump, and 4 right, short of a crest, and 4 left, opens, and tightens, through dip, into 5 right, half long, over bumps, 40, over finish, into 6 left, to stop. Okay, that's a 1 minute.
Thank you everyone for watching this video on me turning my sim stand into a full cockpit. It was a lot of fun and I'm glad to have you guys along for the journey. I hope it was able to give you some insight if you were thinking about whether you want a sim stand or building your own cockpit or anything like that. Or I hope you just enjoyed watching it and had a good time seeing me do everything, all the metalwork, through the mistakes and whatnot. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, like I said, and I'm really happy that I did this. Yeah, leave a comment on what sim setup you have now, whether you're using a wheel stand, a cockpit, or if you're just using like a desk and a chair. I'd like to hear those in comments down below, and I hope to see you guys out on track.